Well, I guess this is it for Bill Cole Auto Mall. If you look all the way up the hill, there's no cars on Pre-Owned, no cars on Subaru, no cars on Kia. And then if you turn around, there's no cars at Honda. And then all the way down there, no cars at Nissan. It's been a great 2-year journey with you all. I appreciate everything and everybody.
So I'm a used car dealer, and right now even $2,500 cars are not selling on my lot.
It is July 19th, and I just experienced my 2-week strike of no sales.
What happens when a car just doesn't sell?
For years, car dealerships have been the go-to place for buying a new ride. But let's face it, many of us have walked out feeling like we've been taken for a spin. And the comments under every one of these videos say the same thing. Never again. Ripped off. Never trusting a finance office as long as I live. The traditional car buying experience has been ripe for disruption for years, and it seems like the reckoning is finally here.
We haven't done anything. I think, it's the 10th, and we've sold 7 cars, 6 cars, somewhere in that ballpark. I got one that I can't even give away. I was on vacation for a week, talked to my brother. He said, hey, we sold the Infiniti today. I'm like, great, that car needed to go. And I get back, and it's still here. So we didn't sell it. The lady that called on it called all the way from Hawaii. It's a 2021 Infiniti QX50. It's got like 90,000 miles, 95,000 miles. I've marked it down on the internet all the way to $16,500. It's so cheap, a lady that can't even drive it to where she is living called us on it. Can't even get to her. I'm probably gonna have to mark it down again. It's still here. It's gonna hit 90 days here probably in the next week or so. And it has got to go. Right now it is rough. I mean, we can't give anything away. Unbelievable.
So I'm a used car dealer, and right now even $2,500 cars are not selling on my lot. And for you, that means prices are going to come down. And on a lot of these cars that you see behind me, we've marked them down $500, $1,000, and we still can't get them to move. Some of them we've even got to the point where we're breaking even and they still won't sell. It's been so slow for us lately that I haven't bought a single car in 2 weeks. Yeah, check this out. So all these cars up here are for sale, and down here where we park our cars for recon, ghost town, right? All our cars are ready up there because we've actually had time to get them ready. We haven't been turning and burning, and it's a good thing right now, but I mean, I would rather see way more cars down here than I would up here, because this right here means I'm not selling anything. But even with all of this going on, I don't want you to buy a car from me right now. In fact, I don't want you to buy a car from any car dealer right now, because I believe it's going to get much, much worse for us.
As you can see, I'm at CarMax right now, and this lot is entirely empty. There is not one person on this entire lot that does not work here. Now, granted, it's a Tuesday at 12:30, but there's also only 2 customers inside. And I'm about to show you exactly why that there is nobody here. Well, on top of the fact that everybody has negative equity. This right here is a 2024 Accord Hybrid. This thing has 58,000 miles, and this thing is $28,000. First of all, how do you even get that many miles in 2 years? This thing is damn near brand new, and this thing has 58,000 miles. And here is another example. This is a 2019. This is the old body style. This one has 11,000 more miles and is only $4,000 less, but 5 years older. This doesn't make any sense. This car was $23,000 brand new in 2018. I remember because I bought it then.
Because the customers stopped coming back, and a business that runs on repeat customers cannot survive on people who feel like they got robbed the first time. So what's actually behind this shift? It's not that people stopped needing cars. It's that the math stopped making sense. A car that cost $350 a month with average credit in 2016 cost $700 or $800 a month today, and the car didn't get twice as good. It got the same car with twice the price tag and a finance manager trained to bury the difference in add-ons you never asked for. Extended warranties, maintenance packages, fabric protection, paint sealant, line items that exist for one reason, to see how many of them you'll say yes to after 4 hours in a building designed to wear you down.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealers are overflowing with inventory, and things just got even worse. I mean, seriously, overflowing with inventory. To the point where they're having to get overflow lots for all the trucks and cars and SUVs that they can't sell. Jeep, for example, has increased their price 61% over the past 6 years, which is a steep price increase that a lot of customers can't afford. Things have gotten so bad that dealers are even hitting me up asking what they need to do to sell more cars, and I told them I would ask the community. And it's not just Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Ford, with their F-Series pickup truck, just had a 6% sales decline year over year. And that's while Ford's been advertising 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on the remaining 2023 Ford F-150s. So yeah, what should I tell this dealer? Should I tell him $10,000 off on Ram 1500s? I mean, seriously, what do people want to see? Because these cars got so expensive so quickly, now the prices have to come back down.
A dealer reached out to me on TikTok or Instagram, can't remember. They have a 2021 Mercedes G550 that they have had for about a year and a half. It's been sitting on the lot. They haven't had any bites, and it's because they overpaid, I think, like $50,000 or $60,000 for the car. They're trying to wholesale it, knowing that they're going to lose money. So let's give them a call and see how much we can get it for.
So it's a 2021 Mercedes-Benz G-Class. It's the G550 4MATIC. Has the night package on it with the AMG package. It's got just over 5,000 miles on it. Pretty nice spec G-Wagon.
So how long has it been sitting on your lot?
For about a year.
Have you contacted anybody else about it?
I haven't reached out to any Mercedes dealerships. I've reached out to a couple other higher end used car dealers. A few offers on it, but nothing that I would kind of jump on.
What are you looking to get for it?
I'll be honest with you, we own it for a good amount. We have about 155 in it, which is it's high. I'm aware of that.
That's G63 territory right there.
It is G63 territory. You're not wrong. One of our buyers might have just got a little excited when he saw it.
It is July 19th, and I just experienced my 2-week strike of no sales. Yes, you heard that right. 2 weeks of no sale. Last time I sold a car was July 5th.
So right now at Gresham CDJR, you can lease this 2025 Jeep Wagoneer S for just $39 a month. There's $3,999 due at signing. It's a 36-month lease that allows for 5,000 miles a year.
And somebody in the comments said it best. Get rid of the dealership model entirely. Turn the lots into service centers. Let people order the car and skip the back office altogether. That comment has thousands of likes. Because it's not a joke anymore. It's the plan. Online first sellers are already doing it. No haggling, no surprise fees, no stranger in a tie trying to undo the price you just agreed to 5 minutes ago. Here's what it means for consumers. For the first time in years, the leverage is shifting. Lots are full. Inventory isn't moving. Interest rates are keeping buyers on the sidelines, and dealerships that spent 5 years adding markups on top of MSRP are now sitting across the table from customers who've done the research, who know the invoice price, who know every fee is negotiable, and who are done saying yes just to make the process stop.
Our business, stop it with the negativity, stop getting in your head, realize that 1 week can make a month and 1 day can make a week. Keep doing what you're doing every day. Make your phone calls, send your emails, send your texts, follow up with your repeat customers, to get referrals. Do what other people are not doing. Drop your business cards off at credit unions, buy them lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever it is. Tell them that the next time someone's looking for a car, send them your way. Go to your service department, try to pull customers out of service to sell them a car.
This is a trick 80% of dealers pull with used cars because people fall for it. Atlantic Chevrolet is advertising this Honda Pilot for $32,900, but they are not going to let you buy the car for this price. They're going to charge fees because they know most people are not going to verify online. They're going to come into the dealer looking for that price, and they're going to bump them. Now, when you try to verify online through text or email, they're going to make it very hard. They're going to divert. They won't answer the simple question of what they charge on top of that price. Now, when I called, I spoke to the right person. They told me this price includes a $2,000 down payment, so it's $34,900. It's not $32,900, and you must finance with the dealership. So until y'all learn to shop online like pros, they're gonna keep doing this because people keep falling for it. FTC, U.S. Attorney General, Cars.com, Car Gurus, all these marketplaces. Y'all need to change the way these dealers are allowed to advertise. That's like looking at a TV, finding on Amazon. You go to buy it for $400, and they say, oh, by the way, you owe us another $400.
Out of Racine County, as a car salesman is now now out of a job after backlash from a now deleted viral TikTok video he recently posted. This TikTok, originally posted by @KennySells, the caption says, "You look happier. Thanks. I just sold a single mom a car, $10,000 over sticker." That video sparked some serious outrage and has now been deleted. Additionally, the man, Kenny Rua, has now been fired, but the dealership is still the target of negative reviews.
Lexus dealership is going viral for all the wrong reasons after the guys over at CarEdge brokered a deal to negotiate $7,000 off the price of a vehicle on their client's behalf. The CarEdge guys were happy, their client was happy, and the Lexus dealer was about to sell a new vehicle, so, they should have been happy too. But once the deal got into the finance office, the finance manager decided to add on almost $21,000 in extra fees, and that's on top of the $800 doc fee. Talk about swinging for the fences. If we look at the contract here, we can see that the vehicle itself was being sold for $62,000. Then we have a maintenance contract for $4,995, an extended service contract for $8,995, Toyota motor insurance service for $1,200, whatever that is. And then this one is awesome. $1,240 for an optional sales commission. Finally, we have another $4,495 for tire and wheel coverage. The add-ons end up to be something like 34-ish% of the price of the vehicle itself.
This isn't a market correcting itself gently. This is a business model getting exposed in real time, and the dealerships that survive won't be the ones that fought the disruption. They'll be the ones that figured out, too late for some of them, that trust was the product all along, and they sold it off piece by piece for a quarter century of quarterly profits. The reckoning isn't coming. It's already here, and it's showing up as an empty showroom. And transparency is the other half of this. You walk in, you see a sticker price, and then somehow that number is never the number you actually pay. Markup stacked on top of MSRP 10, 15, 20% over sticker, and when you ask why, the answer is always some version of market adjustment, which is dealer language for because we can. Nobody budgets for a market adjustment. Nobody drives to a dealership expecting to negotiate down from a number that was inflated the moment they walked through the door.
Because 6 months ago, when these first came out, no dealer was doing discounts. They were like, oh, no, it's a new redesign. We're not going to discount or anything. Yeah, turns out, made a big mistake. Made a huge mistake, actually. And now they're just loaded with inventory. Look at all those. Look at all the Toyota Tacomas. I mean, there's like 30 or 40 of them just loaded to the brim. And yeah, and everybody wants the Toyota Corolla Crosses and the Camrys and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, the manufacturer, Toyota, and every manufacturer, they would rather sell these to the dealerships and sell them to the public. Because at the end of the day, this is what makes more money. And look at the build quality. We go up to them. This is not built in Japan. Look at this seamless line. I don't know if you can see, it gets a lot tighter right there. Look at the gap. Look at the gap. You don't see that with other Toyota products built in, let's say, Japan.
What happens when a car just doesn't sell? Someone asked me that, and there's lots of answers to that question if it's new versus used, but let's just talk about new cars. So when a new car just never sells, which hasn't been a problem in the last few years because of the car shortage, but there has been times where it was. And it's most likely a car that is like something we have a ton of, Sentras, Altimas. There's a few things that we could do. One is put them into loaner car service, meaning our service department obviously services about 1,600 people a month, and sometimes people need a car to drive if their car is going to be in the shop for more than a day or so. So like these two cars are good examples. We probably had multiple Altimas in that color. They were probably over 300 days on the lot. Sentra as well. They're not the hottest selling car. And then on new cars, sometimes we'll sell them to rental car companies, or we just wait it out and they eventually do sell.
Highest monthly payment you've seen?
Ooh, the highest monthly payment I've seen here, probably about maybe $1,200.
What was the car?
It was innocent.
About $3,500.
What was the car?
A G-Wagon G63. About $2,500.
What was the car?
A GTR.
Probably close to $2,500.
What was the car?
Yukon Denali Ultimate, $115,000.
Fully loaded?
Fully loaded.
Nice.
Everything.
$1,450.
What was the car?
Used truck.
Ooh, about $1,320.
What was the car?
It was a Lancer Evo Special Edition.
$1,000.
What was the car?
GMC Hummer.
And then there's the sales floor itself, which is not designed to inform you, it's designed to move you. The walk around, the test drive, the manager who has to check with his manager. The good cop, bad cop routine that's been the same playbook for 50 years. Somebody in the comments called it what it is, a pressure cooker with a coffee machine in the corner. You're not there to make a decision, you're there to get worn down until agreeing feels easier than leaving. That's the part that never made it into the brochure. The whole environment, the 4 hours, the back and forth, the finance office at the very end, all of it is built on one assumption, that an exhausted customer is an easier customer. And for decades, that assumption held up because there wasn't another way to buy a car.
Alrighty guys, so I'm here at this new Cadillac dealership looking at a couple new Cadillacs, and I just gotta say this: if you want this new Escalade that Cadillac has out with this nice paint job, go ahead and go sell your house, your kidneys, and your limbs so you can afford it. Take a look at this. This is the new Cadillac Escalade. I gotta say, this exterior paint job is hard as can be. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the flakes in the paint job, but it is hard. But it better be hard for the price tag. I mean, let's take a look at it. Here we have a 2025 Escalade IQ Sport 2. Standard vehicle price $148,000, but wait, there is more. Total price $153,000 for this new Escalade IQ Sport 2. I wonder what the depreciation is on something like this.
This could be very, very bad news if you're in the car business. So there is a large buy here, pay here that operates out of Texas and California that has reportedly closed 2 stores and laid off about 1,100 employees. Everybody knows that subprime banks have taken huge losses over the last 2 years or so, and you're finally starting to see big buy here, pay here's feel it also. Now they currently have 30 locations between Texas and California, and if you've been to the auction, I mean, they buy, if they get on a car, they're going to buy the car. It doesn't matter if your drive time, it doesn't matter if you're a large dealer group, they will pay whatever for the car. They also just reportedly laid off about 1,100 people, and again, 2 of their dealerships in San Antonio, one in San Antonio, one in Dallas, apparently have closed. For years, since I've been in the business, I've watched Tricolor pay stupid money for any vehicle, and I think it's finally catching up to them.
When it comes to cars, it is one of the places that, financially speaking, I mean, it's kind of one of the dumbest debts you can get into from a financial perspective, because again, you're borrowing money and paying more on that borrowed money because of interest on an asset that's going down in value, versus like a house, a mortgage, right? You take out a mortgage, you do pay interest on that loan, but the value of that home is going up at the same time. So the car itself is not a wise purchase to make when you don't have cash for it.
Now there is. And that's exactly why the walls are starting to crack. People aren't just annoyed anymore, they're opting out. And a business that depends on wearing people down cannot survive in a market where people have somewhere else to go. And then there's control, or the total lack of it. You walk in thinking you're the one making the decision, but really you're at the mercy of whoever's walking you around the lot. Their best interest and your best interest are 2 different things, and only one of them is getting paid on commission. You try to negotiate the price down, and suddenly a warranty appears. You push back on the warranty, and suddenly there's a $500 documentation fee that nobody can quite explain. Every inch you gain on one line item, they take back on another you didn't even know was on the table. It's not negotiating. It's whack-a-mole with your money, and somebody in the comments called it exactly that. Nickel and dimed until you're not even sure what you actually agreed to pay. You came in for a car. You leave with a car, a warranty you didn't want, an etching package you didn't ask for, and a payment that's $80 higher than the number you shook hands on 20 minutes earlier. And when you ask why, nobody has a straight answer. Because the straight answer is that the whole system is built to add, never subtract, and hope you're too tired by the end to notice. That's what lack of control really means in a dealership. It's not that you don't get a say. It's that every say you get costs you something you didn't agree to pay for. And it's not just that the model is more efficient, It's that it's exposing how unnecessary all the friction in a traditional dealership actually was. For decades, the 4-hour ordeal got sold to us as just how buying a car works. Turns out it was never how buying a car has to work. It was just how dealerships preferred to work, because confusion and exhaustion were profitable. Now there's a side-by-side comparison running in real time, and the traditional model is losing. Younger buyers especially aren't interested in playing along. They grew up buying everything online, they expect a real price up front, and they're not going to sit in a dealership for 4 hours out of loyalty to a process that was never designed to serve them in the first place. They'll just buy from the company that skipped the games entirely. And that's the real threat here. Not a cheaper car, not a slicker app, just a business model with nothing to hide. When one side of the market is transparent and the other side is still hoping you're too tired to read the fine print, it doesn't take long for people to figure out which one they'd rather deal with. And that's the real problem for the traditional model now. It's not sustainable, not because people stopped wanting cars, but because the one thing dealerships were relying on, the idea that this is just how car buying works, isn't true anymore. There's proof now. Millions of people have proof that you can buy a car without the 4 hours, without the finance office, without the games. Once people know a better way exists, you can't sell them the old way by pretending it's the only way, so dealerships are at a fork they can't avoid. Adapt. Actually compete on price and transparency instead of hoping exhaustion closes the deal. Or keep doing what's always worked until it very suddenly doesn't. And the ones betting on nostalgia, betting that customers will eventually come crawling back to the old process because that's just how it's always been, are going to find out the hard way that always been doesn't mean anything to a generation that's never had to sit through it. The market's already moving. The only question left is who's still standing when it settles. And now it's not just customers saying it, it's showing up in court. A recent lawsuit against a major manufacturer claims dealerships were being pressured into selling at inflated prices, which is the same story everybody's been living through, just with a paper trail attached. This isn't a rogue salesperson having a bad day. This is an allegation that the inflation wasn't incidental. It was coming from higher up, built into how the whole chain was expected to operate. And that's what actually undermines trust here. Not one bad experience at one dealership, but the idea that the inflated price, the markup, the market adjustment, wasn't some local decision made under pressure. It was the system working exactly as designed. Every customer who walked out feeling like they got squeezed wasn't imagining it, and wasn't unlucky. They were just one more data point in a pattern that's now ending up in a courtroom. That's the part that should worry the industry more than falling foot traffic. You can survive slow sales. It's a lot harder to survive when the story shifts from dealerships are frustrating to dealerships were doing this on purpose, and here's the paperwork. Once that's the headline, no amount of rebranding or friendlier showrooms fixes it. Because the issue was never the mood in the room. It was whether the number on the price tag was ever honest in the first place. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.